Before my beautiful little girl Sassy arrived, my husband and I were worried about the changing dynamics of having a second child. It was a conversation we had together and took obviously very seriously, but we were really torn between whether we should have another child or not. Should we have an only child, as they say? Our son is beautiful and confident and funny and caring and kind, and we didn't want him to change, and we thought perhaps a second child would change him, and we'd hate for that. We managed to. Sometimes, it's insane having just one child, and little things like getting out the front door. How on earth am I going to do anything with two children? But more importantly, I was worried about how it might change the dynamics between us as a family. And we have reached a new routine and what I like to call the new normal. But it wasn't always that easy. In the first few days after my daughter arrived, my son kind of went a little bit cold towards me. And we're so close, and it really hurt. It broke my heart a little bit. I tried my best to give him that attention. He just wanted his dad, and it was a case of I want daddy to do it. Where's daddy? I want daddy. And that really, really hurt because I guess I was no fun to him at that moment. Mummy was no fun anymore, and that, as part of the whole baby blues, and you must watch that video if you want an insight into how you feel just 4 days, or how I felt just 4 days after giving birth. And then I noticed that my son was losing his confidence. As an extremely confident, sociable and outgoing little boy, that broke my heart too. And I thought, have I done this? And I wanted to just kind of be wrapped up in that baby bubble with my daughter, and I wanted to give her all the attention she deserved, and that I felt like I should naturally give her and wanted to give her, but I couldn't. I had to give that attention to my son, and I was torn between the two. She needs milk, he needs attention, and often I was sat there feeding my baby whilst pretending to be Jessie from Toy Story for my toddler. It was tough, but that now is our new normal. And slowly, as my strength built up and I found a new routine, I got more confidence being a mum of two. That obviously translated across to my son because mummy was back. And it might be a new mummy where, he had to wait a while, and teaching a toddler to wait is a tough lesson you have to teach them, and it tests you to the limits, but parenthood does, doesn't it? It was a really tough transitional time, and I sort of had to be patient with him, and sometimes I lost it, and I really did, and I raised my voice, and always feel so bad if that happens. But I just want to share this because A, it's natural. Please don't be hard on yourself if that happens. You're under so much pressure. You've been through trauma at the end of the day, and tempers are gonna run high. You are going to be out of sorts, all of you are, but it passes. It passes. I wish I had 10 pairs of hands. I wish there were 10 of me, but you do find a way, you really do. But there were some times in the very beginning, in the first few weeks, I was like, I can't do this. But it gets easier. It kind of tests you through to your very limits, as parenthood does on many levels, and makes you dig deep to find a new you, to find your inner strength. And in the end, you do enjoy it, and it's crazy and magical and tough. And sometimes you think, I've got this nailed, I rock, this is easy. And then other times you just want to hide in the toilet with a pint of vodka. Thankfully, that phase has passed, and I just wanted to share my top 3 tips to help you through a transition as a family, if this is something that you fear or perhaps you're going through right now. My first tip is to talk it out. Sit down as a family and just talk about your feelings. Don't be afraid to do that. Make some time for it. It's so important. Don't bottle it up. Second tip is to just let it go and have some fun. Just have some fun. It's not all talking it out, so you need to do that. You need to keep close, you need to keep communicating, but you also need to let it go and have fun. So go and do something, no matter how challenging it might be to get out that door. My third and final tip is to stay strong and know it passes. Really keep your chin up. I know it's hard at times, and you do question yourself, and sometimes there doesn't feel like there's any light at the end of the tunnel, and you're like, I can't do this, or when is this going to pass, or is it going to pass? And there's that panic thinking. Try not to panic. I know it's easier said than done, but I have been there, and I am out of the other side now. Ooh, I think that might be my call. Oh, and a bonus tip for you. Try not to get back to your old normal. I like to call what we found our new normal. Things change, you change, you've got to learn how to cope with that and make your own happy out of it. So instead of striving for trying to make things how they used to be, try instead to accept what is your new now and be happy with it. It will take time, it will take strength, but as a family you can work together and enjoy your new normal.